Welcome to Can You Imagine What If? The channel where curiosity meets the impossible. What if the Earth stopped spinning? What if animals could talk? What if the sun disappeared? We dive into the most fascinating, mind-bending scenarios and explore the science, history, and imagination behind them. So buckle up, because the world of what if is just one click away. What if we lived underwater? Our planet is covered by over 70% water. Yet humans have always been land dwellers, building cities and civilizations on solid ground. But what if, for some reason, humanity had to adapt to living beneath the waves? How would we survive? What would society look like? And what challenges would we face in this submerged world? Let's dive deep into this hypothetical scenario. First, let's consider the logistics of living underwater. Humans would need to overcome significant biological limitations. Breathing underwater would require gills, like fish, or advanced technology, such as personal oxygenators or helmets. If evolution granted us the ability to extract oxygen directly from water, our lungs might evolve into gill-like structures over millions of years. Alternatively, futuristic engineering could create underwater cities with breathable atmospheres powered by oxygen harvested from the ocean. One of the first challenges would be creating sustainable underwater habitats. These structures would need to withstand immense water pressure, especially in the deep sea, where it can be over 1,000 times greater than at the surface. Transparent, pressure-resistant domes could offer breathtaking views of marine life while keeping residents safe. Advanced materials like graphene or carbon nanotubes might be used to construct these underwater cities. Energy sources would also need to adapt. Solar power would be limited in deep waters, so alternative energy sources like tidal, wave, or thermal energy would become essential. The ocean's natural currents and geothermal vents could provide sustainable power for these submerged communities. Food production would undergo a revolution. Traditional farming wouldn't be possible underwater, so we'd need to rely on aquaculture. Farming seaweed, algae, and fish could become primary food sources. Scientists might even develop ways to grow crops in underwater greenhouses, using artificial light and nutrient-enriched water. Transportation would look vastly different. Personal submarines, underwater jetpacks, and aquatic vehicles could replace cars and planes. Cities might be connected by networks of pressurized tubes or underwater highways, allowing people to travel quickly and safely between communities. Communication systems would also need to adapt, as radio waves don't travel well through water. Fiber optics and sound-based communication, similar to how dolphins and whales communicate, could become the norm. Socially, living underwater would reshape human culture. The ocean's mysterious beauty might inspire new forms of art, music, and storytelling. Imagine concerts held in vast underwater amphitheaters or sculptures designed to interact with the movement of water and light. Festivals could celebrate marine life, with parades of bioluminescent creatures lighting up the deep. But living underwater wouldn't be without challenges. The ocean is home to countless predators and dangers, from sharks to jellyfish to giant squid. Humans would need to develop defenses against these creatures, perhaps through protective suits or technology that mimics the camouflage abilities of cuttlefish. Pollution would also pose a significant threat. If we brought our current habits of waste and overconsumption underwater, we could endanger the delicate marine ecosystems we'd depend on for survival. Another concern would be the psychological impact of living underwater. The lack of natural sunlight could lead to conditions like seasonal affective disorder, SAD. To combat this, underwater habitats might feature artificial lighting systems that simulate the day-night cycle. Living in confined spaces could also take a toll on mental health, so designing open, spacious habitats with communal areas would be crucial. Education and work would also evolve. Schools might teach children to navigate and survive in the underwater world, including lessons on marine biology and underwater engineering. Jobs in fields like aquaculture, habitat maintenance, and underwater exploration would become essential. Scientists might spend their days studying marine ecosystems up close, while builders and engineers work to expand and improve underwater infrastructure. From an environmental perspective, living underwater could foster a deeper connection with the oceans. People might develop a greater appreciation for marine life and work harder to protect it. However, this scenario could also lead to overexploitation of ocean resources if not carefully managed. Sustainable practices and strict regulations would be necessary to ensure the long-term health of our new aquatic home. Economically, a shift to underwater living could create new industries while rendering others obsolete. Tourism might thrive as people visit underwater cities or explore the ocean's wonders. Traditional agriculture and transportation industries might decline, replaced by technologies suited to the aquatic environment. The cost of building and maintaining underwater habitats would be immense, potentially creating economic divides between those who can afford to live underwater and those who cannot. Politically, living underwater could challenge traditional notions of territory and governance. How would nations divide the ocean's vast, uncharted territories? Would underwater cities operate as independent states, or would they fall under the jurisdiction of surface governments? International agreements would likely be needed to manage shared resources and prevent conflicts. Culturally, humans might develop a new mythology and spirituality centered around the sea. Stories of ocean gods and mythical creatures could take on new significance, and traditions might emerge to honor the ocean's power and mystery. Music and art might reflect the fluid, ever-changing nature of life underwater, celebrating the interplay of light, water, and motion. Ultimately, living underwater would redefine what it means to be human. We'd adapt physically, technologically, and socially to thrive in a world unlike any we've known. While challenges would be immense, so too would the opportunities for innovation, creativity, and connection. The oceans, once barriers to exploration, could become the foundation of a new chapter in human history. Thanks for exploring the impossible with us. If you loved today's What If scenario, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an adventure into the unknown. Have a what if question of your own? Drop it in the comments. We just might feature it in our next video. Until next time, keep imagining the impossible.